Okay, now I can do this off the phone. How great is that? Okay, do not run out of power for me, please. Like you did last time. Okay, now it is now 10:39, so people should be in here. Yes, they are. Okay, I need to go grab my book. I'll be right back. Now, I'm gonna try to get to. Oh no, I can't do that because that requires taking notes. So can't do that. Okay. Now, okay, everybody. So, here's what's going to happen. On May 19th this year, I can use my computer to do mental meetings and live streams. On June 16th of this year, I can use my new phone to do mental meetings and, videos for the event, basically. I've already done a couple live streams off of that phone, off of my new phone too, so that shit's already set. So that's what I'll do, because that is when I got those, that computer and phone, and I do want to make that an option for myself. Yeah, I want to make it so that I can, okay, this day, this is a year from now. It's a year from, so, because I want to make that an option, but I don't want to be able to go from that. So, I got my computer on May 19th last year. I got my new computer. I got my new phone, not the one I'm using now, but a new one. I got that on June 16th last year. So, hence why I have selected those dates for that to be an option. So, yeah, but, from that point on, when we get into summertime, I'll be using the phone and computer for whatever I want to use it for. And I can watch videos off of my computer instead of the couch, and because, with my new computer, I hate to brag, but it's the truth that I can flip it up and it can turn into like an iPad. So I will do that on May 19th. I won't do that, and I won't sit through and watch videos from it like I would do stuff on my phone on Instagram with posts and reels, on my phone. In the morning, the old one. and watch, I watch YouTube videos either on that screen over there or on the TV in there or downstairs. So I will also feel like I will be able and allow myself to do that beginning on May 19th of this year. That goes for both my, or that goes for both my computer and phone. I can do it on my phone. Well, yeah. So, yeah, but just yeah. Anyway, it's too confusing, and I could contradict myself, and I could go in many directions. Well, okay. I can do stuff on my computer, watch videos, use it for whatever I want to on May 19th. Use my phone for whatever I want to use it for on June 16th. I use my new phone for stuff that I can't use this phone for because it's old. So sometimes I can't record a video off it. Sometimes I can't do the, live stream through the app. Something, funky happening with the app. The YouTube app that you can download on your phone. So, for certain reasons and certain things I can't do off of this phone I use for that other phone. Because I have to be honest, I want to do those things, but I can't do it off of that phone, or it's just not as good. I can't do it off of that phone. So, if there's something that I want to do for my, YouTube channel or family or something else, or for myself, certain limitations, of course, not for anything I want to, but if it's legitimate. This event and this Clubiss meeting, all this is not legitimate. But if it is, something like, something I want to do for my YouTube channel or social media, and I can't use my old phone for that, I use my new phone up until June 16th. I don't have my old computer. I do have the computer downstairs in this part of the house, which I will allow myself to use for whatever I want to use it for, certain things. But so yeah. Do I have to continue explaining that? All right. Let's just get into the meeting. Okay. I probably left something out, and then I'll probably go back and go, I didn't finish what I was talking about, and I forgot to talk about this. I didn't clarify this. Oh well, I'm moving on. But you could tell that I was standing and trying to explain the information, and it was exhausting. I just want to move on. So, welcome to this meeting officially. This is Aquarius Clubiss. For those of you who don't know me, I am Lucas Noble. My name is Evercurdy. This is my event in here that you're at. There is, we have living quarters here, so that, people live, on the event, and I think that would go, then that would be in conjunction with, every event. So, anyway. But there is also a Time Look Academy at this dimension, which is also where people can, take classes. People can take academic classes here. So, That would mean classes that range from, math, literature, history, social science like psychology, sociology, astrology, even. There's some new teachers that are teaching here this year. I am going to be teaching a class, astrology basics, coming up this spring, so starting March 20th, I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, this spring, I will be doing that after, just right around the time that Pluto enters Aquarius on March 15th. So Pluto is going to move into Aquarius on March 15th. When Pluto's in Aquarius, on that spring equinox that begins the classes for me, what I'm going to teach about astrology. Basics, signs, elements, the modes in astrology, cardinal, fixed, immutable. For those who were at the last meeting, I broke down those different modes, explaining them. So the modes, the planets, planets in certain signs, aspects, all those kind of things, including speaking about also just current astrology, like I may do, like daily astrology, what's going on. And I even said that I would do that for the Clubiss meeting. So, where every day I would go through what would be happening astrologically for that day, on that day. So, that's also going on. We do have choir concerts. There's choir directors here. There are rehearsal rooms if you're interested in joining choir. Then you can just let somebody know or email me, Daniel, Susan, and Linda, which are my three head officials of the Edmonton. You can email them. I actually did some prepping ahead, and I have their emails listed over there. And I actually have information, an email that's printed off, giving information about joining choir. So the clone copies for all of you to take. There's a lot of them, so you can help yourself to that. All the information, including my email, Daniel's email, Susan, and Linda's email, if you want to ask questions about that or something else. All that information is on those handouts, the printouts, basically like printing out that email that that Daniel sent a couple of days ago to the Edmonton about joining choir. The information for that, all the information is over there. And check out what goes on at the Edmonton, my Edmonton too here. But anyway, I just want to make that short. About that. So that's me, my introduction, which should be an introduction. All right, so welcome to this Clubiss meeting for those who are here. For those who are new to this meeting, basically how it works is it is a club. You can come whenever you want to. A club is where people come together and meet because they find interest in what it is about. And something fun is something for you to enjoy. However, there's also the second syllable to the word, the term. So that second syllable say this separately. It's, well, there's also another part to the word. Clubiss. Two words put into one. And I could have been ASS for the second syllable of that word. However, that word in and of itself is a swear word. ASS, it's a swear word. So I didn't want to include that. And instead, I swapped out the A for an I. So it's Clubiss instead of Clubiss. So the other part to this is that it is sort of like a class. I mean, I'm already up here speaking and teaching in a way. Lecturing, discussing certain things. And there are also readings for the class. And you come here, and I would highly recommend that you do read the sections for that specific meeting so that you have a better idea and understanding that it's more valuable to you when you come here. When you come to these meetings. So yeah, again, can I see what I'm talking about? More stuff.
Really?
This right here is a book for this Clubiss. And this is not the only one. There'll be other Clubisses.
Yeah.
Depending upon what sign the sun's in. So say the sun moves into Pisces. There's going to be a Clubiss probably for that sign, which is kind of the same thing with with this book right here. And you come in here maybe discussing certain sections, not all of them, not all in order, but that same format of you coming here and learning about the different aspects to Aquarius or Pisces or Aries or whatever sign the sun is in. And all these Clubiss meetings will also be at my event. So here in this room, basically. So when you get the book, for those who haven't, what it looks like. Hopefully, you know what I'm talking about. You see this contents page here, and there are different sections. So we first have the introduction section, and then we have all these different sections, about 8 sections, for example. They are Aquarius as a child, Aquarius as an adult, Aquarius as a parent, Aquarius in love, Aquarius at work, Aquarius in school, Aquarius in daily life, Aquarius in the world. We will not get to all of these sections in these meetings. I want to have pretty rovers in sections, but depending on, well, maybe we'll just have to see. But maybe I won't do them in order, basically. So the next meeting is going to be January 30th, because the moon will be in Gemini, so every These meetings will be every time the moon is in a new sign. So today it's now in Taurus, then it'll be in Gemini January 30th, so that's the next meeting. I want to make that at 10 a.m. Or 10:40 actually. So stuff got changed and you got confused. 10:40 is when, or no, 10 a.m. in the morning is when the next meeting is on January 30th. So it would be Monday. Sorry about the confusion about when this meeting would be. Yeah. So Aquarius in love deals with compatibility. Aquarius compatibility with all the other signs. So, Aquarius compatibility with Aries, Taurus. That's what we're talking about right now with Sun, Aquarius, Moon, and Taurus are squaring each other today. Aquarius with the air signs, the fire signs, the earth signs, the water signs. So, that is, that section. I don't want to go over, the same information that I went over the last meeting. I really don't. So, Aquarius in the world, and all those other kind of sections in Aquarius, childhood, Aquarius personality as a child, sort of how to parent the child, which is an Aquarius. Maybe the sun, moon, or rising sun, maybe. If you have a personal hymns, this would be Mercury, Venus, and Mars in Aquarius. And I would say that I would pertain to that section of this book, the Aquarius, it's a child section. So, that's about that section. But what I'm going to be getting into today,
Guess the rules were
as is an introduction to this particular sign, and I've read this section before, so it will be reference for me. So we do have, I'm just going to write these two words on the board now. Which would be Aquarius.
Because Oxford has all these other little.
Season. Yeah, because that's what we're in. That's what we're dealing with. The sun's in Aquarius right now, and it will be there until February 18th. And then February 19th, it'll be Pisces up until March 19th. And then March 20th, it moves the Aries, and we have astrological New Year. And the zodiac wheel starts over at the beginning of the sign 1, which is Aries. I know this is phrase because all the signs, all the zodiac signs have their own phrases, their own affirmations, let's say. So Aries is I am, Taurus is I have, Gemini is I think, Cancer would be I feel, I forget, Leo, maybe it would be, I would say I give or I love. So yeah. Then it goes on with all the different sayings.
Well, here, I can show you.
The different sayings for all of those signs. So anyway, I'm getting a Saturn pole here, which means I should be doing work right now. So, all right. So now let's just start out with some basic information here. Yeah. So, Aquarius season, we're dealing with the energy of Aquarius. It is the 11th. I mean, no. I said that I would do this, and I'm committing to this. Aquarius is the 11th sign out of the zodiac. It is an air sign, and it is a fixed air sign. So this means that Aquarius is really strong about its beliefs and its principles and its ideals. It's fixed signs are in the middle of every season. They hold the season down. They hold down the fort. And Aquarius deals with themes of innovation and technology. It deals with being the future, the future for humanity. It deals with the humanitarian, the collective, because it is, you start the zodiac with Aries through Virgo. Those signs are about the individual. Then you have Libra through Pisces. Those signs are about you interacting with others, your relationship to others. So, for Aries it would be, well, I don't want to draw those signs, but Aries is yourself, your physical body. It rules over the first house. It is how you, sort of, are, who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you need to do, and being who you are, unapologetically, and yeah. So, it deals with asserting yourself in that way. Then we get to Taurus, that deals with, your physical possessions, money. I was sort of starting to say that. Deals with your home environment, deals with your, sort of basic needs, survival needs. It deals with, Taurus deals with this, what do you find pleasure in? Like, what's your, what do you find comfort in? What's important, laying down, the, laying down the foundations of what you want in your life. That's Taurus energy. And then we get to Gemini, and it deals with you communicating with others. What is there for you to learn intellectually, and it deals with your neighbors, your close circle of friends, or community, and books, and data, and information, that kind of thing, and embracing variety, doing a little bit of this every, a little bit of that. And Gemini is a dual sign because it's symbolized by the twins, so it has sort of dual and sort of a mischievous kind of nature to it. The low level that sign can lie in a bit. But then we get to Cancer, and that's your home, family, your emotional roots, your lineage, ancestry. That's the fourth house. And how you need to feel emotionally secure, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. And how you need to be nourished, your relationship with your your family, or your mother, and your emotional.
Well, yeah, I don't know why it's my charge to do that.
Caring for others as well, being nurtured and nourishing others. And then Leo is about how you put yourself out there. It's about how you present yourself, how you shine, how you want to be in this lifetime. And, expressing yourself from your heart and being uninhibited in that way. It deals with, creative projects, romance, dating, and sort of the fifth house, which corresponds to Leo. It's ruled by the sun, and it's about your ego and how you want to be that bright light for others, and how you want to shine your light and empower others to do the same. So, those are all those signs. Then we get to the second half of the zodiac, that we get to Libra through Pisces. Libra is your relationship with another person, looks at your marriage and how you need to. It deals with balance and harmonizing in relationships, peacemaking, rules over diplomacy, how you want to show up in your relationship, how you want the quality of your relationships. So that's what Libra is about. Life is relationship. Whatever you're engaging in, you are in relationship to that. So I'm in a relationship with this, I'm in a relationship with this, and all of you and that reporting over there. So, yeah, it's not just people, it corresponds to the scales that deals with balance in your relationship. Scorpio deals with intimacy, kind of corresponds to sex, to honestly say that. And it's a sign that speaks to taboos and stuff underneath the surface, and stuff you wouldn't say at the dinner table. And a soul connection. And allowing something else to transform you, and you're evolving from that person, deals over inheritance, taking on somebody else's possessions or money. And healing, shadow work from other people, because we are social creatures. So going to therapy, also corresponds to Scorpio. Then Sagittarius is getting out in the world, exploring new cultures, new lands, new foreign lands, traveling, meeting new people from all kinds of different backgrounds, cultures, and cultivating wisdom. Capricorn deals with your career, how you want to, what goals you want to achieve, and what plans you want to accomplish, and climb up the mountain to success. And sort of doing something and fulfilling your purpose. It's also happening, a lot of people in that way. Aquarius, as we're talking about here, deals with humanity, larger groups of people, meeting people from all different areas and walks of life, and being open-minded and sharing perspective, hearing this person's perspective, which may be very, different than your own, and being, really charitable and open-minded to so many different kinds of people and information, and all those kinds of things. And caring about larger issues too. Pisces deals with your spiritual connection, so your connection to a higher power. It deals with the fact that we're all one, infinitely together in the sea of, togetherness and consciousness, merging, a soul connection, and having empathy, compassion for somebody else. Just sort of connecting with people in a really spiritual, soulful kind of way. So I'm picking myself, which I shouldn't do. I'm picking pimples off my face. So those are all the 12 signs of introduction to that. And I have things to do today. I really have things to do today. So, actually, I have the free will to decide what I want to include in this meeting. So, we are, in Aquarius season. Aquarius it's really interesting because it's ruled by both Saturn and Uranus. And it talks about this in this book here. Saturn is about the past. It is about structures of the past, long-term structures, long-term plans. And it deals with the way that things have always been. Authority, rules and regulations, this is for your safety. Discipline. The father, as not authoritarian, but the authority, Saturn deals with, authority and complying and sort of conforming to that and honoring people that came before, honoring tradition and looking at the past and sort of going by the book and understanding the importance of that. Not only that, but deals with learning the hard lessons and understanding the consequences, doing it can achieve greatness and find the light at the end of the tunnel, but that should just come through sort of you walking on a rainbow in space, just gracefully. It takes getting through challenges and getting past obstacles and persistence and not giving up and that kind of thing. So it's not easy with Saturn, and it deals with getting rational, getting honest, getting real about things. So in Aquarius' word health would be restricted, restriction, really about discipline, and it's also about intellectual information and data. And sort of being a scientist and having rational, logical ideals for what the Aquarius wants to do in his or her life that is different than, say other people or a goal. And, Capricorn and Aquarius, even though they semi-square each other because they're a sign next to each other, when you have two signs right next to each other, they semi-square one another. So Capricorn's right next to Aquarius, semi-squares it. But they get along great. They make a great team. They are both ruled by Saturn. Two planets both ruled by the same planet. Should get along great in astrology in terms of general compatibility. You can have an Aquarius and Cancer in the same room and they get along together because, and this is to say for any person in compatibility relationships, it deals with your own chart, not just that one placement, but your own chart, like your whole chart, particularly your moon and Venus sign. But it's not just your sun sign that's really that will limit you. That will really limit you in studying astrology. And yeah, so you can't just look on the sun sign alone, and looking at looking at your sun sign is great, but just looking at your sun sign is like looking at your palm instead of acknowledging and looking at your whole hand, or looking at the trunk of the elephant. Because there's a metaphor that I was watching in a series of unfortunate events where you have the trunk of an elephant and then you have the whole elephant. So you're looking at the trunk of the elephant when only just looking at your sun sign. There is so much more. And, it's a good idea to look at your horoscope, maybe, read some astrology books, maybe have a consultation with an astrologer so that you can, understand that whole picture and all those parts of yourself. You know, so, and sort of, suggesting your relationships with others. That's what your natal chart is. It's sort of screenshot a blueprint of the sky at the moment that you were born. So, so many layers to it. It's like an onion, there's so many layers. Now, Saturn rules Aquarius, rules over this sign, but equally Uranus. Uranus, excuse me, I'm going to go off on some joke in astrology, so please forgive me. There are some aspects of joke here. Uranus is the second ruler of Aquarius. Now, let me just check the charge on my phone. 19%. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that this meeting is going to be over really quickly, but all that I want to say is Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the modern ruler of the sign. It is an outer planet. It stays in this sign for about 8 years. So Uranus was in Aries from, I think, May of 2010 through May of 2018. Then it entered Taurus on May, right smack dab in the middle of May, so May 15th of 2018. It entered Taurus. And it's going to be there until, I think, July of 2025, when it's going to enter Gemini. Uranus rules Aquarius, and Gemini being another air sign, and Uranus being the planet of sudden revolution, awakening, technology, innovations, the future. And Gemini will, new tools coming out with communication and so many things. Okay, so I think Aquarius is the rebel wanting to get out of the box, and Uranus is about being the individual and liberating yourself. The Uranus transit your sun, moon, or Mercury sign, then it's time to liberate yourself. Aquarius is about liberating yourself and being who you want to authentically be in your life. So that is all for this meeting, everybody. Bye for now.